I'm Lisa Raleigh, and this is your wake-up call. Keep it real, powered by Ned Group Life. Let's make it happen. Most people run straight to the doctors at the first sign of disease, illness, or any complaints. But did you ever think that maybe you were ignoring the real reasons why you're sick in the first place? Did you ever think that it was the food that you were eating that was making you sick? Well, knowing this information can change your life. Natalie Williams is a biomedical scientist from MDS. Natalie, how can food make us ill?
In many different ways. If your immune system is producing a negative response to the food that you're eating, you'll produce chronic symptoms in the body which will cause illness.
When it comes to food allergies, which ones are the most common?
We tend to find that the gluten grains come up a lot, as does dairy and sometimes eggs and seeds.
Are there any particular foods that are more common than others?
Wheat is common, but gluten is more common, funnily enough, than wheat. Dairy and eggs come up.
What are the most common symptoms?
Migraines, anything chronic, so headaches, postnasal drip, migraines, irritable bowel, eczema, any chronic symptoms are food related.
What do you do here at WellPro?
I run the wellness division, so we do the food intolerance testing. So we can tell you exactly which foods your body's producing a negative reaction to.
What is the difference between an allergy and an aversion?
Very good question. An allergy is usually an immediate reaction to something quite acute, like vomiting, and an aversion is more delayed and chronic, so things like irritable bowel, fatigue, postnasal drip.
How would you know if you had a food allergy or if you had a real illness?
It's tricky, but usually when you have an allergy, it's a chronic symptom that doesn't tend to go away, so it's something you tend to be living with on a daily basis.
How do these tests actually work, and why is it beneficial to us?
It's very easy. We have to take a blood sample, so you can have that done with us in Durban at the labs, or you can go to any Dis-Chem pharmacy. And we basically take your blood, analyze that, and we send you the results.
Last year I had my test done, and I realized there was grades between 1 and 4. What are the differences?
That's actually very important. The reason we do the test is to be able to see if you're a very strong intolerance to a particular food or a moderate one. So you'll get a level reaction, a level 1, 2, 3 or 4. 4 being the strongest and 1 being the weakest. So level 4 reactions you want to avoid entirely, and level 1s you can perhaps rotate and not avoid as strictly as those level 4s.
I know we're talking about food allergies today, but you do another very interesting test here at MDS. It's about your genetics.
That is very exciting. It's almost our cutting edge test. We take a tiny drop of blood and we look at your DNA to see what you'll be predisposed to in terms of chronic disease in the future.
So this one could definitely save your life?
That one could definitely save your life.
Last year when I had mine tested, there were these words, a heterozygous and a homozygous. What are those about?
It's a good question as well. The heterozygous means you've only got one copy of that gene, so your gene's functioning at half. Whereas when you're homozygous, you have no copies of that particular gene, and so it's not functioning at all. So homozygous is in worst case scenario. You need to really look at the way you're living your life and the foods that you're eating, because you're very much at risk of developing a particular disease. And you can pass that on to your children as well.
I'm sure the viewers want to know, how can you prevent food allergies in the first place?
Well, food allergies develop because you have a leaky gut. So to prevent them from occurring, you can prevent this leaky gut from happening. Take probiotics, digestive enzymes, and L-glutamine, and obviously avoid the food that your body's reacting to.
What is a leaky gut?
Most people have a leaky gut. It's caused by lifestyle changes, antibiotics, carbonated drinks, caffeine, alcohol. All of these things can cause a leaky gut. So what you want to do is prevent the food proteins from leaking through the gut walls and causing this inflammatory problem.
So is it having these foods constantly over a period of time that would cause this problem?
Definitely too much. It's more poor lifestyle choices where you've been eating the same foods consistently on a daily basis. They tend to cause problems.
So the key is variety in your diet?
The key is rotation and variety, absolutely. And healthy choices. That's obviously the key as well.
Know that the cost of instant gratification using credit will have you paying for that item many times over. For instance, the cost of passed up opportunities because your debt is using up any surplus income. And remember to check out the fantastic prizes up for grabs on our website, keepitreal.co.za. So if you suspect that you have a food allergy, do yourself a favor and go and have a test done today. That's it from me, Lisa Raleigh. This is Keep It Real. See you tomorrow. Keep It Real, brought to you by Ned Group Life. Let's make it happen.